great speculation. Lou Nanne and Cliff Fletcher, Minnesota and Calgary, respectively, were together just a moment ago. I also saw Cliff Fletcher talking with Kent Nielsen's agent, Don Baisley. So perhaps there is some rumor of Kent Nielsen going to Minnesota that may materialize before this draft ends. Jim Gregory is the director of Central Scouting. His work comes to fruition today. Your book put out on all the players. You've been a most sought-after man the last few days by all clubs.
Well, Don, we do as many interviews with the teams as we can about the information that we put out in our book, and we try to help them in any possible way we can.
All right, Jim Gregory, well, this afternoon's going to be a busy afternoon, and you have compiled your list of the top 5 players. Sports Weekend has its own list of the top 5.
Sports Weekend's top 5, some of the best available in this year's draft. One of them is defenseman Dana Merzen, number 24 from the Calgary Wranglers. Canadian fans became aware of Wendell Clark when he helped Canada to a gold medal in the World Junior Championships in January. A defenseman and sometime left winger, Clark played for the Western League's Saskatoon Blaze. Craig Simpson has finished his sophomore year at Michigan State University. The leading scorer in his conference, Simpson's skating ability has been questioned, but never his ability to make plays. Jim Sandlak is a rugged right winger from the London Knights of the OHL. The first American drafted could be Craig Wolanin from Detroit, Michigan. A rugged defenseman, Wolanin played for the Ontario League's Kitchener Rangers. For the 5th consecutive year, the Maple Leafs have a pick in the top 10, and for the first time ever, they have the number 1 overall pick in the NHL entry draft. Will they or will they not use it to select Central Scouting's number 1 prospect, Craig Simpson of Michigan State?
Back at the Metro Toronto Convention Center with Draft Day 85 just about set to get underway, and a few moments ago I suggested that Minnesota and Calgary were talking. We understand that a deal has been made. Kent Nielsen will go to Minnesota for Minnesota's second-round draft choice. The draft is about set to get underway. Let's now go to Dave Hodge.
Well, the Minnesota North Stars are without a first-round selection. They traded it this past season to the New York Islanders for Roland Melanson. This is the way the first round looks at this point. The Leafs, Pittsburgh, New Jersey, Vancouver, and Hartford. Then the Islanders in Minnesota's spot, and the Rangers. Detroit, Los Angeles has 2 picks. The Boston pick coming for Charlie Simmer. Chicago and the Montreal choice is because of the deal made earlier this morning for Mark Hunter with the St. Louis Blues. Then the Islanders' second pick in the first round, and Buffalo and the remainder of round number 1, Quebec, Montreal, Calgary, Winnipeg, Washington, Stanley Cup champion Edmonton, and Philadelphia, the regular season leaders in the NHL. Now let's go to the podium and the president of the NHL, John Ziegler.
To all the hockey fans, wherever you may be, welcome to the National Hockey League's 1985 entry draft. We've had a great week in Toronto in this beautiful Metropolitan Convention Center. Today is the day that careers begin. Today is the day that our teams pick for the future.
The first order of claim is the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are very happy to select Wendell Clark from Saskatoon.
Well, Don Whitman is ready to talk to this year's number 1 man, Wendell Clark. A bit of a surprise. Those
Toronto Maple Leafs have selected Wendell Clark.
They would take Dana Merzen.
Saskatoon.
Wendell, congratulations.
They the 3, and they did.
I would ask our clubs to provide.
Follow up with that. Here's Don with Wendell Clark.
To the runner.
Wendell, congratulations on being chosen number 1. Did you have any last-minute feelings that perhaps he would be number 1?
No, it was all up in the air. Nobody in the top 3 really know where they're going to go or what they're going to do, so it was a big moment, and as big as me as anybody, I guess.
Well, I got a bit of a hint just before the draft when Jim Gregory said, good luck. I got a feeling that maybe he had an idea that you were going to go to Toronto.
Yeah, it was a great moment, I guess.
Wendell, I saw you play at Helsinki at the World Tournament. You earned a reputation there as being a versatile individual. You also delivered one of the really punishing checks of that tournament against Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, that was I guess a big thing in my career. That was the biggest tournament I've ever been to, and the biggest moment up till now in my life.
What do you think you'll be able to add to the Toronto Maple Leafs?
I just hope to do my best and hope to help the club.
Well, you've got that Toronto Maple Leaf sweater there, and you're going to make your way over to the Toronto Maple Leaf table now. There are many media types there. It's going to be a very busy afternoon for you, a very exciting day for you as well.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, Wendell Clark, the number 1 draft choice, ready to go to the Toronto Maple Leaf table.
All right, Don, that makes 4 most valuable defensemen from the Western Hockey League that are now on the roster of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
as the Pittsburgh Penguins, it appears now, are set to select
Craig Simpson. They'll be happy. The Penguins will be happy with this turn of events.
From the #1 city in the United States, Pittsburgh is happy to announce their #1 draft choice from Michigan State, Craig Simpson.
Now the question is, can they get him to turn pro immediately, or will he return to Michigan State for 1 or 2 more years and maybe eventually to the Canadian Olympic team? It is his choice, and the negotiations will begin almost immediately, I guess.
No question about that. Craig Simpson doesn't have an agent, because if he gets one, then he is ineligible to play college. So there he is right now with Don.
Craig, congratulations on being the #2 choice of the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I understand you're one of the few players in this draft who don't have an agent.
No, I'm not. Due to eligibility reasons, I haven't been in contact with agents yet.
There were some people that suggested that you still had several options open to you, that you might not even turn pro this year.
I think I definitely have options open to me, but I'm really looking forward to the Pittsburgh situation. I look forward to hopefully making a deal in this coming year.
Well, Eddie Johnson is looking forward to shaking your hand, and good luck to you.
Guys, thank you very much.
Well, it's an emotional day for the Simpson family from London, Ontario. Dave Simpson is a former Canadian Major Junior Player of the Year. He was drafted by the New York Islanders, but has never played in the NHL.